Today, a Texas lawmaker announced she's switching parties. Outgoing state representative Shawn Thierry says she is officially becoming a Republican after she lost the Democratic primary runoff for her Southwest Houston seat. Texas Governor Greg Abbott, as you see here, even posted a photo with Thierry, officially welcoming her into the GOP. Joining us now is Taylor Goldenstein, who is the Austin Bureau reporter for the Houston Chronicle. Taylor, thanks as always for joining us.
Of course, thanks for having me.
You know, for anyone who's covered Shawn Thierry at any length in the last year and a half or so, this may not come as too much of a surprise, but just talk about how she explained her choice to switch parties.
Right, so Thierry, she really pointed to the transgender-related issues as kind of the core reason for her changing parties, which is why I think a lot of us weren't surprised.
Yeah.
She broke with her party last year, kind of famously now, and made this emotional speech. And you know, she really said it was that, as well as kind of her religious background, her faith, that led her towards, you know, the Republican Party. In addition, she was kind of pushing back against the Democratic Party, saying that it had, quote, lost its way. She feels like it's kind of become radical, and she felt like there's no room for dissent. There was no room for her voice, you know, to speak out differently on that issue.
Now, when this announcement came earlier today, sometime this morning, there was a flurry of reactions, not only from the Republicans, but also the Democrats. A little bit of a different reaction on both sides, but
Yes.
What were some of those?
Yeah, so Governor Abbott, as you mentioned, welcoming her with open arms. We saw a similar reaction from House Republicans, kind of Republicans all across, you know, different parts of politics. And then the Democratic reaction I would summarize as just kind of good riddance. You know, they saw it coming. They had been kind of, you know, they'd already been criticizing her during the primary for taking donations from conservative groups or conservative PACs or conservative line PACs as kind of being not loyal to the party or its principles. So this was kind of in line with what they were already thinking. And it sounds like they're happy to kind of move on.
Yeah, the chair of the House Democratic Caucus just put out one word: adios.
Right.
But
Yes.
she lost her primary runoff to a first-time candidate named Lauren Ashley Simmons.
Yes.
Did you have a chance today to reach out to her and her campaign, and what do they have to say?
Yes, so the candidate, Lauren Ashley Simmons, didn't comment. She did post later on Twitter, anyways, ... and a link to her fundraising site. But her campaign spokesperson actually did give kind of a sarcastic comment about how he is glad that Thierry is now able to openly embrace her identity, something along those lines.
And that was a definite contrast in that race, too. They were trying to draw that comparison. So
Yes.
just as we're looking ahead, you know, the November election will, of course, decide whether Lauren Ashley Simmons or Lance York takes that seat for House District 146. What's next for Thierry, though? I understand she might have another policy job on the horizon.
Right. We learned earlier this month she is joining a group called GenSpect. It's an international group that generally opposes gender-affirming care for minors.
Okay, and she's starting that effective basically immediately, right?
It sounds like, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Taylor, thank you so much for all that reporting about not only her legislative career, but the primary battle, and there's so much more to come.
Oh, yes. Thank you.
All right, Taylor, thanks so much.
Appreciate it.